So it is Nomoto versus Lewandowski for Pro-Am, the two teammates. But look at the car in third of Dean Stoneman. Can he get, as a pro, past the AMs within the Pro-Am cars? And a mistake he's made there by Lewandowski. Stoneman shouldn't overtake him until he gets to the timing line, so he has to sit behind. We go racing, and Nomoto has a big gap then. That mistake, Lewandowski now giving the advantage to Dean Stoneman as they come into La Source on the outside line there. That is Sebastian Balthazar trying to get up around the outside of Max Wearing, but he runs out of road, and Kevin Gilardoni does his switchback move again, look in the background, and gets up alongside Raoul Gutzman. And alongside both of them, it's Jonathan Cecotto, and there's carnage because they all managed to meet in the middle, and a big, big impact. Jonathan Cecotto's car bounces off the barrier. It's going to be another safety car, might even be a stoppage, because that has done bad damage to the barrier. Cecotto's car bouncing into the air. Whether or not they have all managed to come to grief, I can't see, but 3 into 1 was never going to go. Cecotto was the man forcing the issue on one side. He had 3 wide. Nobody prepared to give the safety car back on track, but that was a big impact as they plunged downhill. You could see it coming, couldn't you, as they all went for the same piece of the road. So the safety car called for again, but with 14 minutes to go, not sure how many laps at all we're going to get in this time. And again, sizable barrier damage. You could see that barrier deforming as Cecotto, yes, red flag. Cecotto's car bounced off it. Red flag is shown. And we await a confirmation of the plot from here on in, whether the race will be resumed or not. The trouble is that with a tight timetable, you can't suspend the race for an indefinite period because there's so much else to get through the timetable. So Daniele Galliati has to shout for the Reds, and after that, with a broken barrier, I can't see the race restarting, I've got to say, but we will find out, and also therefore confirm the race result. It could be that the win is going to go to Ori Kangas and Yuki Nomoto on the basis of being in the right place at the right time. So news to come, but the field will be brought to the pit lane by the look of it. It's 1:30 local time, and in 2 hours the 24-hour race begins, so there isn't too much slack in the timetable here. So, red flag, race will not restart, confirmed from race control.
Oh, high side for the World Championship leader, and that's a dangerous place to be crashing. Please get out of the circuit. Look at all these riders. Oh, goodness me, it's exactly what you don't want to see. Oh, no.
Bastianini knows, he knew he's going to be absolutely gutted, crestfallen. Couldn't see who it was who made contact with Bastianini's bike. This is going to be a red flag. The red flag is out. That is a completely destroyed motorcycle. We saw that very close here 1 year ago with Remy Gardner and Alex Marquez, didn't we? A rider that high size, lose the rear coming out of the first corner. That can happen. It was Bastianini that lost the rear. The red flag is out.
That was horrific, and that is the problem with that corner as you come out and you high side the bike in the middle of the circuit, because people can't see it because of they're coming over the crest.
And Bastianini knew exactly what was coming. As soon as he got to his feet and knew he wasn't going to be hit himself, he was just like looking, going, please, no, nobody make contact with the bike. There is the red flag then.
Simon.
Yeah, guys, I think you can see over that crest. The problem is if you're slipstreaming someone else, then you just don't see. They dive out of the way, and then there's a bike on the floor in front of you.
Edgar Pons was one of the riders that was caught up in that incident there on the number 57 machine. That's one of the Honda Team Major riders as well. So there's more than one rider that has been caught up in that incident involving Enea Bastianini.
Horrific accident, that one. Really bad. I'm wondering, I think Hafi Siren was involved in that as well. I'm not sure if it was his bike. I'm not sure if it was him that hit Bastianini's stricken bike. But no surprise to see the red flag. But now Bastianini's perfectly fine despite that.
Yeah, he's going to be devastated. He's going to be absolutely mortified. The last thing that he wanted to do was cause a multi-rider pilot like that. It's so easy to do when you're trying to squeeze that power on to get the drive out of that corner. You know, Bastianini was struggling for pace at that stage of the race as well. He'd been passed by Bezzecchi and could see him getting away. He was under pressure from Canet as well, just perhaps a little bit too eager there.
Look
as well.
at Hafi Siren's bike, and Andy is the Haas machine. Just the impact was scary. And Bastianini bikes high side. I mean, point one, he does well to avoid not to get taken out. Then, unfortunately, a rider's going to clatter into an Bastianini's bike.
Yeah, and with like Simon said, your vision's blocked. Look how close Remy Gardner is. He's not going to be able to see much of that, and then the riders behind can pick their way through. Roberts did so, Baldassari did.
100%, all riders conscious. That's the best outcome you could possibly have, because that...
Look, you can see that young man there just cannot believe what he's witnessing. He's just seeing riders crash into his fallen motorcycle. There's nothing Bastianini can do.
Science is holding his hand. Well, let's. Oh. It's a big crash.
Oh my God. If you're okay. That's dangerous.
And you can understand.
Goes on. Lights out then, away they go. The race gets underway. Good start by Shaw, the yellow car on the inside of row one, but that looks like Taylor O'Flanagan coming up the inside of everyone. They are 4 wide already into the first corner. These drivers may be new to racing, but they are not lacking in confidence, that's for sure. The racing so far this year has been arguably closer than ever, and it's side by side for the race lead into the complex for the first time, and charging around the outside, that's Ian Brown who gets the lead. There are cars on the grass further back though. The number 8 car spinning in front of the pack and gets collected by number 42, which was having its own moment there. 8 is Ike Schick. Christopher Broome is the 42 car that clattered into him. Thankfully not too much damage done though, and they will both continue, albeit at the back of the field. So, drama already. I did think that was quite an excitable start for the field as they rushed into the first few corners. The pack already starting to spread out now as a result of that, as they head through Noble for the first time. Then the right-hander at Goodwood. There is the number 69 car going through. That's Lyndon Sugar in the midfield, right out to the edge of the road and off the road for Sam Gibbons, the number 3 machine. He ran 2 wide out of Goodwood, got the left rear wheel on the grass, which is still very wet, and lost control of the car. Well, the leaders then are heading towards the chicane, and it's side by side for second place. I think it's still Ian Brown that's got the lead. Lots of late braking going on there as they hit the chicane for the first time, and Brown almost loses the lead and then loses control. He spins in front of the pack. Surely they won't miss him. Somehow, no. One car does get him, and there's quite a sizable shunt, I'm afraid. 36 was Alex Vincent, who I think hit Ian Brown, and several others piled in afterwards. The red flag is thrown, so the marshals can get the wreckage cleared. Well, the good news is the drivers are all okay, but that all started with...
14 zu, da vorne sehen Sie eben Bild vorne rechts, das ist die Kelvin van der Linde Gedächtnisspur, die da gerade ausgeht von heute Morgen. Raffaele Marcello bestimmt also das Tempo, er gibt die Pace vor, der Korridor wird gebildet, Saisonfinale 2020 in der Motorsport Arena Oschersleben, Ampel sind auf Rot geschaltet, der Start ist jetzt freigegeben und damit geht's ins Finale. Van der Linde geht schon ganz quer und da gibt's einen riesen Abflug, das ist jetzt, kann ich jetzt schon sagen, das ist Rot. Also Tim Zimmermann bekommt da auch noch einen gehörig ab. Ein Rad ist da irgendwo flöten gegangen. Van der Linde stand urplötzlich komplett quer. Das Thema ist durch. Van der Linde ist raus aus der Meisterschaft.
Van der Linde, der mit dem gelben Streifen, setzt sich jetzt neben Tim Zimmermann. Dann ist er etwas draußen auf der Wiese, will zurückkommen, ja, und verliert ein Stück weit das Auto in diese Richtung. Ja, und dann rappelt's im Karton und dann kommt auch Ende der Schubert BMWs, trifft dort nochmal das Auto.
Der küsst 75 Bernhard Porsche noch hinten.
Hinten durchs ADAC-Schild hindurch. Ja, und dann können wir wirklich von Glück reden, dass da nicht noch mehr passiert. Aber hier sieht man es nochmal. Jetzt kommt Kevin van der Linde mit viel Überschuss an. Kommt jetzt über die Wiese, Tim Zimmermann. Jetzt kommt er quer.
Keine Chance.
Tja, und dann hast du natürlich dementsprechend keine Chance mehr. Tim Zimmermann nicht, Chris Mies auch nicht. Dann, glaube ich, können wir von Glück reden, dass dieses abgeflogene und abgerissene Rad dort niemanden mehr weiter getroffen hat. Und dass vor allen Dingen dann alle hinten auch sehr aufmerksam waren, auch wenn das natürlich für die jetzt, ja, schauen wir uns das Ganze nochmal aus der Sicht von Kelvin van der Linde an, aus der Onboard-Kamera. Ja, der wurde schlicht und ergreifend, und weißt, wer da auch richtig Schwein gehabt hat noch? Der Precourt Herbert Motorsport Porsche. Ja. Aber da wurde das Feld einfach noch einmal deutlich langsam.
Tries the switch back in a different way. They go side by side through turn 3, and there's fine margins through here. When you put your car on the outside, you're taking the risk, and that looked inevitable, a big hit into the wall.